Hello everyone, today's vlog is on pensions, specifically what's known as a SSAS, a small self-administered scheme. Now this pension fund is a specific type of pension fund that's been around for about 40 years, which is gaining increasing popularity during the Covid pandemic, specifically because of the liquidity that it can afford to businesses. So what I mean by that is that the rules for a SSAS, which don't apply to other types of pensions like personal pensions or SIPs, say that the SSAS can actually lend money to a company connected to that SSAS. So let's say you are a managing director of a widget making company and you've got one of these pension arrangements in place, a SSAS. And let's say that the trading premises, the manufacturing site that you operate out of, is held within the pension wrapper, within the SSAS. The SSAS rules say that a loan can be made from the pension fund to the company secured on the assets of the fund, i.e. the manufacturing plant. So in these difficult times, let's say you've exhausted the lifelines that are available via the C-bills, the bounce back, the various initiatives under COVID, bank lending, as a last resort maybe, or as an alternative, you can access funds in your pension, even though you may be significantly younger than the age at which you can crystallize the benefits. You see my other video for what's changed on that. Currently it's 55 for a personal pension, increasing to 57 in a few years' time. But let's say you don't want to necessarily crystallize the benefits, start taking, drawing down on the assets of your pension fund. If you have one of these SSASs in place with a property in there, the SSAS can loan funds to the company on a commercial rate, and that is how you can access funds within your pension, even though you may be years away from the usual retirement age or the age at which you can start to access the funds. So the other benefit of a SSAS is that it can also hold a certain amount of shares of your company in the portfolio. So again, that would be the company would issue shares to the pension fund, to the SSAS, and the SSAS would subscribe for those shares by paying cash into the company. So that's another way of getting cash from your pension fund into the company. So two ways that SSASs are really beneficial from a cash flow point of view over other forms of pension arrangements. This loan back, and also acquiring shares in the company to be held in the SSAS pension portfolio. Now, it's crucial that you take financial advice before diving into exploring these SSAS arrangements if you haven't already got one. But they did tend to go out of favor over the years because people went down the route of a SIP. A SIP, a self-invested personal pension, is just another form of pension wrapper. However, the SIP charges tend to be a lot lower than the SSAS charges. So SSAS charges, the fees for running it tend to be higher, and so people have said, well, why would we pay the higher fees when all we want is a tax-efficient wrapper? We'll have the SIP option. You still get the tax relief in terms of the contributions to fund them, exactly the same for both the SIP and the SSAS and other forms of pensions. You'll get corporation tax relief on corporate pension contributions to fund the pension pot, but it's just the flexibility of the SSAS on the loan backs. So now directors are thinking, actually, we don't mind paying a bit more in fees for the flexibility of having to, the possibility of getting hold of quite a bit of cash that could be in the SSAS, loaning it back to the business. Obviously, there are still inherent risks in that. If ultimately that is for your retirement pot, and if the business struggles and it can't repay the loan and defaults, you're defaulting not just to a bank, you're defaulting to your own pension fund, which could have impacts for your retirement. So do consider the benefits and also the downsides of having a SSAS as your pension wrapper for commercial reasons, particularly in this pandemic. So that's just an overview on a type of pension arrangement. If you like this video, please do subscribe up here, and I will see you soon.